Hi there, it's Lori, and I'm here with a not in any way yarn story, other than Linda Saksaida will particularly enjoy this little classroom story. I'll turn it into a short too. So I have yarn management today. Because why? Because I bought dang yarn. Did I need yarn? Not really. All of it, almost all of it has a purpose though. Okay, so here's the classroom story. One day, I think it was like before class had actually started, or maybe they were working in their groups on the problems. One of the kids was snacking and said, Mmm, soy nuts. Sorry, I enunciated that the way it would actually have sounded for the joke. Let me try that again. He said, Mmm, soy nuts. The kid next to him said, Sounds like you're introducing yourself. Soy nuts would mean, if you look at soy, S-O-Y, is I am in Spanish. So he was telling the other kid, he's saying, I am nuts. So, soy nuts. Soy nuts, anyone? Anyway, just too funny. Little things like that just always made me laugh. But yes, soy, you could say soy and whatever. Soy cray cray. No, just kidding. Usually it's like, uh, I mean, that's not necessarily how you introduce yourself, like your name, but it's like, so, and obviously nuts is not the same in Spanish. Nuts, which we mean when Americans say nuts, sometimes we mean crazy, like, oh, I'm trying to think of the British one. There's a funny British term for nuts. Not bonkers. Ah, it'll come to me later. Anyway, yarn management. I'm going to cut this one off here. And then we're going to go, and you're actually going to look at me for a change, like doing the yarn management instead of watching me put balls in places. Wait. Anyway, put my yarn away. Anyway, I'm going to move my computer, and you'll see a different part of the room. Even though you've seen it from my phone, you'll see it. You'll just see a little bit more. You'll kind of see my setup here too, of how I have my hands camera. Well, you can see it right there. I didn't realize it was in the shot because I forgot to move it the way I normally do. Because I was tutoring earlier. Anyway, we don't need to see all those receipts. Those aren't there. Anyway, okay. I'm going to stop this one, and we're going to go look at where I'm putting away the yarn I just got. Okay, this is all the yarn that I got from JoAnn for myself. We're going to start with this bad boy right here. But with this, I'm going to talk about my heavy creams. I call them heavy creams. When I have a project bag that has the yarn in it for a project, but I haven't started. I have not started this project. I was hoping to find a second black one, but the design is predominantly this blue. I mostly got it just in case I need it. I think that I didn't actually need this, but I also kind of think I did need this. And I didn't want to get in a situation where I couldn't get it. I have plenty of black Big Twist Value. It's not this Value Plus, but the Big Twist Value yarn is the same color black. We all know there are a million different shades of black yarn. It's kind of brutal that way. All right, so there's one heavy cream. In an ideal world, this is my D&D Dungeons and Dragons blanket. In an ideal world, I'll have this done in time to submit for Erin Crafting Kitty's. Sorry, my kitty's feeder every time. Every time. All right, at least that was a quick one. All right, that's my first heavy cream, but also yarn that I just got. So that's the yarn management part of this. I am trying to talk loud. I will probably bump the audio. Sorry that the cat will be loud. Okay, this, if you know, I got this JoAnn yarn a while back when the store I went to was virtually empty, but they had this color for the ocean. This bag contains the yarn for when I make a map blanket for myself, and it will have a lot more variety and texture and colors and it'll be really awesome. I'm looking forward to doing that blanket, but that is way on the back burner. It is my favorite project bag. However, this is not getting done anytime soon, and it's heavy cream. Hopefully it doesn't expire. Just kidding. Anyway, I wanted to show you why I will probably potentially be ordering this from Armchair Chef Lori's stash. Because even though this is Beeswax Frost, and this is Beeswax Frost, they're different forms. You can see those shades are pretty close, but I do not think they are the same. See this part right here? To me, that looks darker than the center to me. I'm not going to try to push that back in, but maybe not, but I didn't want to take the chance. This purpose is for a sweater for one of my daughters because I don't really do yellow. That light is fine against my skin, but that dark yellow here, you'll see it washes me out. Anyway, so this is going back in this heavy cream that I'll eventually get to for myself because, you know, it's for myself, so who knows when I'll get to it. But it is my favorite project bag, so that's kind of an incentive. We'll see. I do have, oh wait, that might count as a whip. Hold on one second. That might not be a heavy cream. I'm looking for something. Oh, sure enough. Yeah, look, I started it. Because I started this, I was going to do this as the mat blanket at first, but then I decided I wanted it for myself. And this is my favorite yarn. So this is what's left of this ball. I hadn't gone into anything. So this is technically a whip, I guess. Ooh. Hope that doesn't turn into a vintage whip. I have all the yarn for it. The pattern's mine. Literally designed it myself. All right, so that's not a heavy cream. It's an actual whip because, you know, it's been whipped. It's been started. All right. Real quick on the whips. This bag has all the yarn for me too. And notice it's also big twist, but this I've had for quite a while. It's a little different big twist. There you go. This is color, they just said color white, but it's big twist tweed. Anyway, there should be enough in there to make a sweater for my husband. I want to make him a cable sweater. I have to crochet it because I don't know how to knit unless I can figure out how to do it on the knitting machine that I still haven't tried or used. Okay, here's another heavy cream. This is yarn from Creatively Crafty Me. I'm planning on making a stocking with that. If I don't like the way that looks, I have some other ideas for this yarn. So that's a heavy cream. There's yarn in here. This is yarn for a throw blanket for my aunt. I let her go through my yarn stash and kind of pick yarns she wanted. I still have to design this one. It's in my head, but it is not on paper yet. So that's another heavy cream. She knows I have stuff to do first. This one, or is this one for my, no. This one is for a baby blanket that I haven't talked about, haven't really designed, but have good ideas on that I have to have done by the middle of June. So there's that. That's a heavy cream because I haven't touched it, haven't started it. This one is the Sugar Skull yarn. Again, I have all the yarn. I just need to do it. This one's been designed and I've had the yarn for over a year. So yeah, if that was actually heavy cream, that would be expired. Don't drink that. But I should whip it, right? All right. You can see I have made some space, but what I also saw was I do not have any of that green menagerie. So do you know what that means I have to do? I have to go to JoAnn again. I have to get some of that green menagerie. This is menagerie. It's a 3-weight yarn. It's kind of silky. I like it a lot. Anyway, this is my 3-weight yarn and probably a 2-weight or a 1-weight. I don't know. What do you guys think? I've used this as detailing for amigurumis. That's 3 strands. There's 1 strand. What do you guys think? What weight yarn is that? All right. So this is, you can see I don't have a lot of lightweight yarn. Down there is 4-weight yarn. Down there is all the same 5-weight yarn or bulky. Here's some big fat yarn. More big fat yarn. So, since this is my 3-weight yarn, this is a 3-weight yarn. This is going on this shelf. Now, I do have rainbow yarn down there. Let me aim it down. I'll show you. I got rainbow yarn right here. Kind of different rainbow yarns. This one's the one I'm super excited about because somebody was destashing. And was this Hobie yarn? No, this was Knit Picks yarn. Isn't that so beautiful? Oh, Felici. Sorry, it's kind of blown out a little bit. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, I managed to stop the video instead of tilt it down, whatever. Anyway, I put this rainbow yarn back down here. I will be more careful this time down there. So, I need... I'm trying to rearrange in a logical way here. That is top secret right there, those papers. All right, hopefully none of you saw them. All right, I'm wondering if I can get this purple menagerie up here. Maybe. My bookcase is not happy with me right now. Because they're in the plastic bags, they're wanting to slide out. Yeah, I'm going to have one of them over to the side. Okay, this is 3-weight yarn. Where did I put that yellow? There it is. And then that's most of a ball of ice cream yarn. I do really like ice cream yarn, by the way. All right. Okay, so here's a big problem. Do you see my Colorama Halo bag? I unzipped it. There is no room for this. Like 0 room for this. So for now, it's going to go up here with my beautiful hand dyed by Camille's Creations. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, ooh. See, then I'd have to keep it for myself, though. I put those together. All right, this is alpaca anyway. I probably wouldn't put those together. But it's the reason her hand dyed yarn is sitting up here is so little Missy Cat, who's sitting right over there, does not get a hold of it and take off with it. She likes wool and alpaca yarn. I cannot let her anywhere near it. All right, so let's just... All right, that's... I might have a Colorama addiction. A Halo addiction. There we go. Let's knock that Bob's Burgers up. Here, let's do that. We'll put it right there. Problem solved. Okay. And that yarn can still stay there. Again, I am putting it specifically where my cat cannot get a hold of it. All right, back down here. And down a little bit. All right, this yellow yarn. I'm going to stick it right above the ice cream yarn. Those 3 mandalas. Let me hide my top secret papers. My mandala yarns fit there just no problem. Where's that baby bundle? So this is fat yarn. And this is from Deb Morgana. I'll try to... Princess Leia? No. I'm going to make a Boggy Creek blanket out of this sometime this summer, but it might get pushed to fall. It's me, so it'll get done when it gets done, but it will get done in time. So I think I'm going to put... The reason these were always separated from the Colorama Halo is because this does have a very specific purpose. Is it going to stay? No. We're going to stick it in like that. I'm going to pull these forward. There. All right. All of my JoAnn yarn is put away. All of my JoAnn yarn that I purchased for me. I did do a purchase for Camille. And, for those of you, Deb, do you love the TARDIS? Here, I'll pick it up so you can make sure you can see it. The TARDIS exploding there. Very Starry Night. I love it. Anyway, this is my setup. I'll show you guys a little bit. This is my camera for when I'm filming my hands. That's my yarn genie. One of them is missing because it's got yarn on it right now. But I usually swing this over here when I'm filming, but I forgot to do it for the filming earlier. But I think that's it. So you've seen my heavy creams, a whip that I forgot was actually whipped, and my yarn is put away. All right. That's my yarn management Monday. Just remember, soy nuts.